Assembly will speak. The I think the entire section for Guild is 49.28 kilometers. But because of funding, we had to rescope it to 28 kilometers. And Guild is not doing well at all on the project. 8 kilometers, they have been on this job for the past, I can say past 4 years. Because this job was awarded to them before we came on board. And we've spent 3 years. Guild still has our advance payment. Yes, we have challenges on payment. But those who still have our advance payment, because of the suffering of the people on the road, they are advised to use the money to do the most essential part of the road. So we are going to go on this section, and I want my ministry staff to identify the most critical sections of this road so that we use the APG money to, arrest those locations. I used to feel very, very sad when I see this road totally blocked. I feel very sad. I lose sleep. But the contractors have no right, and the ministry staff have no right to keep quiet while the contractors are blocking the road. No section of the road should be blocked more than 14 days. If you are doing concrete culvert, you have to immediately, within 14 days, complete it. And you're supposed to also give us a bypass. You can use the median to do bypass, instead of blocking the road. We've seen some sections done by JRB. Very good job, highly commendable, but with very terrible poor supervision from my ministry. It's so sad when people are given the responsibility to discharge their duties. They will not do it. And nobody, the society will not talk about them. They will be talking about leaders. What about every one of us? Let everybody do their job. Because this set of people that are neglecting their job, nobody remembers that they have responsibilities to the nation, to the people of this country. If everybody does their job, they won't be held up on this corridor. Definitely, I'm going to remove my staff, Ministry of Work staff that are not doing well. Some are supervising 10 projects, yet they cannot answer any question on any of the projects. And yet you'll be calling out Minister of Work, you'll be calling out President Tinubu. You leave people that have failed the nation. You are calling those who, lose their sleep day and night. It's very annoying. We can't be pampering contractors. If you are holding the money of the federal government, you have to bring it out and do the job, or we start going to the police and EFCs. So, Guild, I'm giving you 72 hours to effectively deploy on this road. Utilize the money while I'm chasing release of the money the president has graciously signed, that because this is an NPC project, and I know the NPC is hearing us. You have a commitment to fulfilling your obligation. While you're exiting the road project, you have to pay contractors, for the agreement reached before now. And the president has graciously signed, but we feel so frustrated that the money is not released. And contractors are not happy about it. And the road users are the ones suffering. So I feel so sad. You see, the entire, Abuja bound is over 90% destroyed. And if nothing is done within the next, few months, it will be a different story altogether. So why the president is doing his best, is doing his part, is feeling the heat, we ought to feel for the people. We ought to, know that whatever thing we do, God pays us back. Let us help the much we can help. The contractors, myself, the Ministry of Work staff. I wonder how will somebody be supervising a road and you can't answer questions before National Assembly people that are supervising us. You are putting us to shame. You can't explain the contract you have earmarked, you procured, you calculated, but you can't defend it before the National Assembly. I feel so sad about it. So, our dear chairman, we cannot claim that we have gotten it right in all the sections, but definitely the majority of the roads that you have are people very, very responsible, and they're pushing contractors. So where these people are neglecting their jobs, I will remove them, and I will remove whoever is supervising, JRB on that job. If JRB were a bad person, he will not achieve anything on the job. But because he has commitment, he has conscience. But our people, some of them don't. And so the fight will continue. And I don't care. I don't care. You have to walk, you have to walk. You have to walk. What nonsense is that? You are carrying a book. You are supposed to be on the road on daily basis. You are taking B1, but you cannot commit to doing the job. You cannot watch the contractors. You cannot push them. All you know is B1 and stay in your comfort and do certificate for them. That's so sad. Right Honorable Akina Labi. The press to pay me witness. We have said it as a policy of Ministry of Works. Nobody removes asphalt from the road. Nobody. And where asphalts are being removed from the road and the Ministry of Works are supervising, I will recall the staff of the Ministry of Works back to the office for disciplinary action. It is the general policy. If you want to remove asphalt from anywhere, you have to get the permission of the minister through the PAM Secretary, Ministry of Works. It is a policy that we have, Number two, do not block our road more than 1 kilometer. If you block our road more than 1 kilometer, I will recall the supervisors from Ministry of Works. We have to put these measures to lessen the sufferings of the people. When people encounter this hardship, they cause, and they cause the wrong people. Instead of, but God has a way of reversing the cause to go to the people that are, causing the problems. So this is it. Again, I commend True Crit, and we have a meeting with all the senior staff of Kogi State Ministry of Works, all the senior staff, and of course all the contractors of from Lokoja, down to Abuja. We have another meeting. We had one yesterday, and that's why we decided to come here today. Let me make it very clear. The president is pained each time the road is blocked. Each time the road is blocked, the president is pained. And we think he doesn't see all those things. He does, because how do I know? He screens it and sends it to me, and I can give you many places. Sometimes he will call me. It means that his eyes are all over, the nation, to help the people of this country. So please, nation building is the job of everybody. And that's why I have invited the Ministry of Works, Kogi State, to a meeting with us, because I will give you greater responsibility as far as the supervision of this road is concerned. We agree on specifications, and it will be done that way. And the certificate generation will pass through Ministry of Works, Kogi State. You will vet the certificate. And if the Ministry of Works staff do not adhere to instructions, I'm going to knock off B1 in all our projects. Because if you are doing B1 and you are not supervising the job, you are staying in the hotel to do your certificate, then enough is enough. Can call me names, I don't care. After all, Rufai has called me all sorts of names. It didn't stop me. I'm still working and ready to tackle Rufai anytime, time permits. Thank you. One is to thank the president very, very highly. Lokoja to Benin, when we come on board, 2023, was totally impassable. Totally. Where you see a number of locations we are using concrete, they were totally impossible locations. And we appealed to the president, and despite that it's an MPC project, the president had to, intervene. In 2023, we had, one of the bridges, the abutment totally caving in. That has been done. In 2024, 2025, we approached the president again because 2 bridges were totally down on one carriageway. And we all just witnessed what True Crit, the beauty that the True Crit restored the 2 bridges. And not only that is restored, we are joining the 2 bridges, by reinforced concrete pavement, up to the Murtala Mohammed. I just ordered that the Murtala Mohammed, bridge should be milled and, resurfaced. And you can see that they are putting solar light all through. So the entire 4 bridges are to be linked together with solar light and concrete pavement. I'm very satisfied with that work that True Crit is doing. Within the axis from Lokoja going back to Abuja, we see the job of Iroele. Yes, payment has been an issue, but I've appealed to him to come back to site. And he's back to site. I'm going to be begging, go back to the president, because if we leave, these sections, nobody will pass here in the next 1 month. And so that is the Iroele section. We now get to Venus section and the Sodiji section. The wickedness of people is so sad. One of the contractors, had to use his equipment to block the road that is good. He first of all removed the asphalt against the policy of Ministry of Works and threw them away, and then now blocked the road with equipment. And I've ordered Ministry of Works and the Kogi State government, if he fails to remove it, they should look for crane and they take those equipment to the bush. The job has since been terminated. Sudiji contract and the Venus contract, have been terminated. And we have to, rescope it for the benefit of the people so that we can go back to Mr. President for intervention. If nothing is done in the next 1 month, then there's nobody that's going to move from Lokoja down to Abuja. And that will be a very big problem for all of us. So we're going to do that. We encourage Iroele and be assured that you'll be paid. Now, going forward, we also see 86 kilometers of road. That road was done in the past 10 years by Jito. And, the road, I commend Jito because it was a good work to have stayed up to this, considering the amount of, traffic on the road. And so we have re-awarded that job to True Crit, 86 kilometers. I think they are mobilizing to start because the agreement was just signed last week. We encourage them to start. And then we have the 48 kilometers, which we saw what they're doing. We had a meeting. The concrete is very good. In fact, the deputy chief was shouting that the contractor is losing because there was a place we're supposed to see 8 inches. But I think the thickness of that concrete was over 20 inches, and we are not paying for that kind of thickness. So the workers of True Crit, must know that we won't pay for more than 8 inches, but it's to our own gain. But we are not happy if the contractor is losing, so they have to recheck themselves. So that's 48, and they've accomplished about 17, and they have milled another 70. So we encourage, him to. And of course, we have, Ruby. We recheck the job in terms of the inner shoulder. But the area he has done is quite entertaining. and I commend him. And the second section, that is 20 kilometer, he's also doing, and he's not been paid a kobo, but he's working on it. So we commend him very highly. We also have another 30 kilometer of through Crete, and the scope of such jobs is to mill, the existing, surface, and then put binder and wearing, and then use concrete to do the inner shoulder and the outer shoulder. So that's where we are. But I'm directing, the design department and the construction department. They must take off with the team of Ministry of Works, Kogi State, and our own team, design team, and also construction team. I want to see everything from the point where we did 2 kilometer, on Abuja Kaduna Road. We did 2 kilometer coming into Kogi. So I want them to put up a line diagram, all the way to Obajana, the cement, this. So we need to see what are the problems of the road. And I will also want them to do, the drone, scooping, separately each of the carriageway. So that's where we are. We are happy we came here. CGC, we will meet again tomorrow. And our game plan is use any money of government in your hand. Let us agree the most critical section that you will do. The bridge is good, the flyover, neat work, great work, but we don't need it as much as we need the road pavement. So if you will suspend this and then do the road pavement for us, we'll be happier. So thank you. Let me call on the National Assembly members that have been with us, that have been making their contribution and effective supervision, and we thank them so much, because what we fail to see, they have since seen it and they have since corrected such. And so with this a team and cooperation, we are very, 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 very confident that within the next 5 years, by God's special grace, those who think that they will defeat us, they will not defeat us, because we are working for the people. The president is working for the people. It doesn't matter what you feel. The masses are feeling very wonderful concrete road by this president, that this road, when built, will last 100 years. And that is what we are looking for. I have not seen any other person that is jumping up and down. There is something about, some people. When you say, oh, you have worn slippers, those who have worn slippers want to, they want to applaud you. But all these things are, gimmicks. Nobody has worn slippers. All those people contesting, apart from my president, they are all very, very rich. Don't mind them. They are very, very, very rich. Of course, through government. So we are committed. We want Nigerians to know. In fact, I read a quote today where, it is written by the international community that the GDP growth is more than the population growth of the country. And that, is a sign of growth. And it's a sign that the macroeconomy, the macro reforms are going down to the micro reforms. So we will be there. We are passing through the road again. And the idea is to sleep in Kogi and then take off in the morning to pass through here to Benin. And the next day we will all pass to Rivers. We continue till we end it in Calabar. So we're having another meeting tomorrow with all the contractors on this axis. And we're going to, address issues. I'm not unhappy with what the president has achieved on this axis. Like my right honorable said, squeezing water from stone. Because if you're asking us the impression about this road, what is the impression about Lagos Calabar? What is the impression about Lagos Ibadan, Enugu Port Harcourt, Abuja Kano, Sokoto to Zamfara to Zaria, Enugu Onisha, Kano Kasena? We can continue to name it and to name it and to name it. Tell me any of this road that was, you can drive a stretch of 10 kilometers before 2023. When you don't appreciate what God has used the president to do, it is your cup of water. When they say, show us what you have done, those on the road should be telling the society what we have achieved. Road project is everything, it's the catalyst for the growth of any economy. And when a nation is in recession, you have to spend on infrastructure so that the nation comes out of recession. So the president inherited a very daunting road infrastructure. And I can say to the glory of God that he has met up with the challenges. We still have 5 years, whether the devil likes it or not. And then we will fix the entire route to the satisfaction of Nigerians. Don't forget, I'm an apostle, and I don't only drink tea with God, I also hear from God.